Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show brings you the National League Championship Series. It's Japan taking on Italy. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Plenty of storylines taking shape in this series as we set the stage for Game 4, Chris.
Well, if the first three games are any indication, this has the look of a series that'll go all the way to Game 7, Boog. I think this is a classic matchup, and we've seen momentum change course a few times already, but I'll tell you what, I think whoever takes this one will be feeling really good about their chances the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've seen it before. Even when you're down 2-1, it seems like a win in Game 4 can propel you to a series win more often than not. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about to get started. And on the mound in this one, number 99.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Elly De La Cruz, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. That one finds the zone, and it's 1-1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
There's the strike. High fly ball down the left field line. And there's one down. Let's take a look at our lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Jose Ramirez stands in now and watches strike 1. And he blows that one by him at 100.
They can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Pitch is in the dirt. 1-2 to count. Fights it off. He'll see another. That one missing inside.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And down on strikes he goes. 2 away.
Well, getting a good look at the pitcher here in the first inning isn't a bad thing. I know he struck out, but you can live with that as long as the other hitters in this lineup can learn something from it.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That pitch in for a strike. It's 0-1. Vladdy measures 6 feet 2 inches, 25 years old, and he's a former Silver Slugger recipient in the National League. 0-1. That one the other way. And that's a fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. And he'll make it safely. That's a double.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Here's Juan Soto. Ball 1, no strikes.
Well, you always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
And another ball.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you. So make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
And that's downstairs. 3 balls, no strikes.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations. And right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike. Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
Man at second. High fly ball, right field. Moniak settles under it. Drops into the glove. And that is that. No score as we head to the bottom of the first. Back here at Lone Depot Park. And on the hill, Framber Valdez. What do you look for here?
The spin rate on the curveball is incredible. Hitters know they're going to see a lot of them today. Stay back, be patient, and hit the ball the other way.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now it's switch hitting third baseman, number 16. And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 1. And that's in the dirt.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Just missed.
3-1.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Edmundo Sosa will hit next. That's towards center. Rodriguez settles under it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 away.
Batting third, the catcher.
Okay, let's check out the lineup. So this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Now, to me, Boog, it shows the managers trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing. But that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
Valdez moves to first, and he's back in there. Ivan Herrera in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. High in the air, out to right. Tatis pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Mickey Moniak.
So up next, Mickey Moniak.
taken high in the draft. He's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Moniak went deep in his most recent game. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field, way back there, out of here. He flexes his power with that swing. That's his third home run of the series, and they grab the lead. It's 2-0. That's his third straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And stepping in, the rookie left fielder. First offering, and it just misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
And another ball,
outside.
Valdez. Maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
He goes down looking. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. This is the National League Championship Series on the show. Fourth game of the NLCS. Here's the veteran second baseman, Ketel Marte. That one outside.
Out.
Ball 1. The pressure is high for the players in the postseason, but maybe even higher for the managers. Every decision you make is critical to the success of the team and to your own reputation.
Well, for better or worse, managers are remembered for what they do in the postseason. Pull the right strings, they might build a statue of you someday. One bad decision, and you might be updating your resume. You've got to be sharp.
Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. And that one fouled off. Fastball for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
And here it comes. And a foul ball. He stays alive. That one hammered center field. That's back there. That's long gone. And that should quiet this home crowd. And they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
Well, there goes the shutout. Just like that. They're still behind, but this is a start. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. Swing and a foul out of play.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the top of the second. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. A plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Bill, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch.
1-2.
Missed with a changeup, and the count 1-2. Fastball is outside.
2-2.
Hard hit, right side. Ibarra takes it himself, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Ramon Laureano.
Laureano comes up to hit. That one finds the zone. 0-1.
Establishing both ends of the zone is critical. Most times guys are wanting to get hitters out down, but if you can get them to look up, get a called strike, that's going to make that strike zone a lot bigger.
Next pitch is outside. 1 out, base is empty. Out to center. Hauls it in for the out. And there are 2 outs.
Batting it, the center fielder,
Julio Rodriguez digs in now. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And that one fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. That's in there.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there.
That's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break, but not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching the National League Championship Series on the show. Bottom half of inning number 2, and the batter will be the shortstop, Ruben Tejada.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. Tatis makes the grab, 1 away.
Batting 7, the designated hitter.
Now it's the DH, Rhys Hines. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
High fly ball out into left center field. Laureano under it. And there's 2 down.
Batting 8, the center fielder, Jose.
2 outs, base is empty.
Ramos.
Now a chance for Jose Ramos. Ripped, but it curls foul. Foul ball there. Off the mark there. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And there's the ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it on to first. And it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. Top half of the third inning for the batter now, Yainer Diaz.
Yainer Diaz.
First offering misses badly for ball one. In the air, center field. Ramos sizing this one up. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, the shortstop, Elly De La Cruz.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Elly De La Cruz. Fly to left his first time. Right through there for a strike. Next offering is fouled back. One down, base is empty. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-2.
In the dirt.
2-2.
2-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Now it's Jose Ramirez. Went down on strikes his first time through. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
0-1.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
And that's off the inside edge. And the count even 1-1. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to...
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's going to be number 54. Valdez back to work. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. De La Cruz makes the grab. One pitch and one out.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Here's the third baseman. Walked his first time. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Way out front for strike two.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his third of the game.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Sosa, the next to hit, takes outside. That one at the knees for a strike. Slice down the right side.
With 2 out and nobody on, you want to go right after this guy. He's the number 2 hitter, which means if he gets on, you've got some thunder coming up behind him.
Tap dances out of the way of that one. Up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. Throws it away.
Well, he just tried to force a play that wasn't there. Ends up a single and a throwing error. So now they have to deal with a runner in scoring position. Good communication on the field can make a big difference on a play like that.
And the batter now, Ivan Herrera. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Tatis going back. And that is gone. He made him pay for that one. And they add a pair. It's 4-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Well, he did a really nice job of letting that ball travel. Wasn't too quick. He kept the shoulder square to home plate, which allows you to drive the ball to the opposite field with power. You see the power and the authority, and fortunately, he's lucky enough to keep it fair.
And there's a foul ball. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. Late swing, foul to the left. Ground ball up the middle, and that one handled. Jump throw across his body. Nicely done for the out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now 4-1. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Right down to shoot. It's 0-1.
Well, these guys showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Inside.
No, that's it.
And that's ball 1.
Sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
That just misses. And that's ball 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Juan Soto. He's 0 for 1. That misses. 1-0.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
The 1-0. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. Into the second deck it goes. He's up to 3 home runs in the series, and they close the gap. It's 4-2. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working, powers that fastball out of
here. Base is empty, one away, and now it's the switch-hitting second baseman, Ketel Marte. He swings and fouls one off. Marte, 31 years old, and he won the Silver Slugger at his position in the National League last year. One out, base is empty, and a run in. Top half of inning number 4. The 0-2 stays alive. One down, base is empty. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Next pitch is outside. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Yeah. Tatis batting for the second time, and that's strike one. And a foul ball. Two outs. That missed by a lot. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
2 down, nobody on. In the dirt. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. And El Nino goes deep. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 4-3.
Tatis is a superstar in baseball, and that swing of his is a big reason why. He's electric with the bat in his hands. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 down. Here's Ramon Laureano. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. Down and away for ball strike. 1. In there at the knees. And 1-2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Center field. Ramos makes the play, and that'll do it. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Back here in Miami, bottom 4, now the left fielder, number 0. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul.
You know, this group of hitters doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
That one ripped. Tatis squeezes it. One up, one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Base is empty, one away. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Up the middle, Marte. To first, already two gone here in the home fourth.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Rhys.
Two down, base is empty. Next to hit, Rhys Hines. Fly to left his first time. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
0-1.
To third. Slings to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. That's in there. That's strike one. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Tyler Phillips getting loose out there. Staumont getting loose as well. Check swing, and he went. That's strike two.
0-2.
And that's a little high.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And out number one on the grab.
Now batting, the catcher, Yainer.
Now the catcher up to hit. Yainer Diaz. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Swing and a ball hammered left field. That's back there. It's a bomb. And we're level. It's 4-4. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Number 99 is done, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching.
A new arm into the game. The righty, Tyler Phillips. Back to the top of the lineup. Now here is Elly De La Cruz. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. One run across in the frame so far here in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. That's in there. That is strike two. Good eye right there.
1-2.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Tied at 4. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here's Jose Ramirez. 0 for 2 in this one. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. And it's fouled away. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Brings it in, and that is that. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. It's now tied 4-4. Fourth game of the NLCS. Here's the center fielder, Jose Ramos. And that is downstairs. And it's 1-0. Check swing, called strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Just missed.
2-1. Ball.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Now batting, number 54.
And here's the first baseman. 0 for 1 so far. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Nobody out, runner at first. That's too low. And that is ball 1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Randy Rodriguez, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Doval also getting ready. Now snap throw to first. Ramos dives back in safely.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Pitch misses there. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Now the third baseman.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Out front, rip foul. Now 1-1.
1-1.
Runner on the move. Line to right, base hit. Throw into third. The tag out.
That's a great throw from right to cut him down. Trying to go first to third. It's such an exciting play, and it was tough to tell if he tried to push it on his own or if the base coach was waving him around. But with the ball behind you, that's when you have to rely on your coach to have a good feel for the play, and right there it just didn't work out for him.
Now it's the second baseman, Edmundo Sosa. Fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. That one in the dirt, and the count is 1-2.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the...
He locked him up, and that'll do it. The inning is over. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 5 innings complete. And we are tied 4-4. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Phillips back to work. Fastball for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Robert Stevenson up and throwing for Terry Francona. Stama getting cranked up as well. Oh, 2 now as he swings through it.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And down on strikes. And there's 1 down. And next is the designated hitter, Juan Soto. He's already homered in this game. There's the strike. All tied up over the top half of the 6th. And a big swing and a miss.
I'll tell you what, he's embarrassed right now. Never swings at that kind of pitch, especially that early in the count.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. 1 down, base is empty. And that's where the swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
That one fouled off. Next offering is in for a strike. And that skips in the dirt.
1-2.
Laser could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
I'm sure he feels really good
Now
about
batting,
that one.
right
Anytime he
fielder,
can drive the ball
Fernando
into the gap the
Tatis
other way, it feels so
Jr.
good. And that's when you know you're right where you need to be at the plate. It's even better when it gets you extra bases. Gotta love looking in at your dugout and seeing your teammates fired up. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Go-ahead run on base, and the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. He's already homered here in this one. Tap foul at the plate. Tatis waits. Just outside. Now 1-2.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a two-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
In the air, out towards left center. Ramos sizes this one up. He's got it, and that's the third out. One hit, one left. Heart of the order, 3-4-5 coming up, and we are tied 4-4. Well, we go bottom six. Here's the catcher, Ivan Herrera. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike one. Movement in the bullpen. Brian Abreu up and loosening in the pen. Uribe also throwing. Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. So a man on base to start the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Framber Valdez won't go any further, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching,
Randy Rodriguez gets the call from the pen. And now the right fielder, Mickey Moniak. Fastball for a strike.
Well, with both starters out of the game, this quickly becomes a bullpen game, and this is something we see more and more in the game today, especially in the postseason.
Just missed.
That's the ball.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Swing and a miss. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
The healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
With the go-ahead run at first here in the bottom of the sixth. Good job to fight that one off. On the ground, could be two. To Elliott, second for one. To Guerrero, and they turn two.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The
Now
first baseman
batting,
has to
double
get inside,
zero.
create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Here's the left fielder. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And that's off the outside edge. Ball one. And a swing and a miss.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Got it. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Through 6, all square, 4-4.
Now pitching.
Josh Staumont
Josh.
into the game.
Come on.
Now the left fielder,
Leading off
Ramon
for the
Laureano.
All-Stars, the left fielder, Ramon Laureano.
And the first
1-0.
offering is not close.
But with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line.
1-1.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, throwing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous two-strike pitch.
So digging in, Julio Rodriguez. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Staumont, a 6'3" righty, 200 pounds, and he was a second-round pick back in 2015. Tied at 4. Late with the swing there.
Threw that fastball right
One
by
ball,
him,
one strike.
slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Base is empty, one away, late here in game 4. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. And that ball is out of here. A laser to left. And they jump out front. It's 5-4. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. That slider on the outside part of the plate is typically hit the other way, but to be able to get to it, pull the baseball, and get it up in the air for a home run, I'm just really impressed.
1 out, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to him, Yainer Diaz. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in game 4 of the National League Championship Series. And ball 1. Next pitch is outside.
Outside, ball.
That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
One run across in the frame so far here in the top half of inning number 7. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Next offering is fouled back. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 5-4 ball game.
Now pitching.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Bryan Abreu.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Ruben Tejada now at the plate.
Shortstop, Ruben Tejada.
And there's a strike to the outside corner. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
And now the DH, Rhys Hines. That's ripped into the outfield. And a foul ball. Looking to get the tying run on base. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Foul ball, still 0-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
A big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound. No question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
And now the center fielder, Jose Ramos. He is struck out, and he is walked. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. And a strike in there.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
To the right side, Marte fires over to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th.
Barlow.
Scott Barlow.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And now it's switch hitting third baseman Jose Ramirez.
0
for 3 in this one. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball one.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
Next offering is in for a strike. Hit on the ground to short. And it's through for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Now at the plate, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 3. Runner on the go. There's a ball. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
Man at second. There's the strike. Base knock center field. They're waving Ramirez home. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Juan Soto. There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
The batter, the second baseman, Ketel Marte.
Ketel Marte up to the plate. He launched this solo shot back in the second inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Yeah, that's in for a strike. 0-1. Guerrero, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. On the ground to first, and that's just foul. That one not close, and it's 1-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Man at first, one away. Fouls it off, still 1-2. That one inside, look out. To short, could be 2. There's 1. And it's a double play to end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 6-4 ball game. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Abner Uribe.
Now pitching, Abner Uribe.
And here's the first baseman.
For the All-Stars, the first baseman, number 54.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Action in the pen down there. Yohan Duran, the closer of the staff, is getting loose to finish this one off. Next offering is in for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
The 1-1. That's out to center field. Rodriguez sizing this one up, hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, number 60.
Here's the third baseman. That one missed. Not even close there. Ball 2.
Ball. 3-0.
There's a strike. Swing and a miss. And a full countdown.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Some heat there at 98 miles an hour. Edmundo Sosa, the next to hit.
Edmundo Sosa.
Down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this. Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
And that misses. And the count 1-2.
Executed that pitch very nicely, just missed with it.
On the ground to third. Ramirez sends it to first, and the inning is over. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Robert Stevenson.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
The right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Tatis leading things off and takes a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Max Meyer up and throwing for Terry Francona. Espino getting loose as well. Up and in, and now it's even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Ball.
That one just misses.
Good location, good take. Sometimes you want the hitter to prove he can lay off that pitch.
Struck him out looking.
Now batting, left field.
So up next, Ramon Laureano. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
Bases empty, 1 away. Late here in game 4. Ball one there.
Ball. 1-1.
On the ground to the left, and it stays fair.
Now batting, the center fielder, Julio.
So digging in, Julio Rodriguez. He sent one out of here in the 7th.
Yeah, a big moment in this game as well. It was a great swing and one of the reasons why they're out in front and looking to add on right here.
And that's downstairs. Ball one. Runner takes off. Fouled off left side. Runner goes again. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Laureano over at first with one away. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
On the ground to first, and it's through for a hit. And now two aboard.
Now batting, the catcher, Yainer Diaz.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Robert Stevenson gives way. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching.
New pitcher now, Max Meyer.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
Two on, one out. Diaz getting ready to hit. Slice the other way and foul. Runners at first and second with one gone here in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. Not close
1-1.
with that one, and the count even 1-1. Ground ball left side, could be two. One at second, and that's quick work out of the pen. One batter, 2 outs, inning over. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. One more shot coming up. Bottom of the 9th on deck. Japan have the lead, 6-4. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Yohan Duran.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
And here's the catcher, Ivan Herrera. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt.
0-2.
Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
Ball.
That's inside.
Wow, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Hit on the ground to the right side. And a foul ball. And that's in the dirt. And it's 3-2. Swing and a ground ball out to short. De La Cruz throws to first. He made the pitcher earn that out after a long at-bat.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Moniak in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
1 ball, no strikes. No, that's down. Ball.
That clips the corner.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. And they'll do it again. Inside, and the count's full.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
One down, base is empty. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 6-5.
That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Here's the left fielder. First pitch misses. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Hammered on the line, base hit. Well, maybe that will end up getting him going.
Yeah, he really simplified there. Kept his shoulders square to the plate and wasn't trying to overswing. I think that's the key for him to have success through the rest of this series.
Here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Tejada will hit next. Duran checks over to first, and he's back. That's a strike, and it's 0-1. Foul off down the right side. Tying run at first, the winning run at the plate. Next pitch just misses. Going to count 1-2.
That's a really good take.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And they're down to their last out.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Yohan Duran out of the game, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching.
Camilo Doval gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Terry Francona bringing the bat off the bench. Gavin Lux, a critical at-bat in this game for him. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
Right now they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps. Give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Now a screamer into the outfield. And no one can get there. Lead runner to second with 2 gone.
One of the hardest things to do in the game, to stay mentally and physically ready for the big opportunity, and he came through for his club right there.
Looks like we've got a substitution at first, and here's the pinch runner, Matt McClain. Bottom of the 9th, 1-run game, 2 on. Jose Ramos digs in now, trying to deliver as the hero. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Lots of anxious fans in the ballpark right now. You can feel it.
That one misses. And the count is 2-0.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Swing and a miss. And the count 2-1.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pick.
And that'll load the bases.
Take your base.
Well, interesting. He went with the off-speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
So bases all loaded up. And now the first baseman.
Well, you got the number 9 hole hitter right here, looking to do whatever he can to get on base, turn this lineup over so the best hitters in this lineup have a chance to tie up the ball game or maybe even walk it off.
Swing and a ground ball. Fires over to Guerrero. Out to end it. And they strand the tying and go-ahead runs to earn the win.
Well, this was a huge win for this team. Instead of 2-2 in the series, they're comfortably now 3-1. One more win, and they take the series.
So, Chris, here's a look at the final numbers from what turned out to be a really close ball game.
Yeah, this is one of those games that clearly could have gone either way, and that's kind of exactly what you expect out of postseason baseball. So competitive.
6-5 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.